and welcome to today's episode of the Daily Blend. I am your host, AC, and I am joined in studio today by DeMarcus Thomas Brown, who is the Regional Director of Columbia Good Dads. How are you, DeMarcus?
I am good. How you doing, AC?
I am good. It is good to see you.
It's always a pleasure to see you.
Yeah, so Good Dads is kind of new
Yes.
to this area. So tell us a little bit about the organization.
So the organization, it started in 2015 in Springfield, Missouri.
Okay.
And it was, as things in Missouri, the best kept secret. And then we ended up learning about Good Dads and meeting the director. The executive director's name is Dr. Jennifer Baker. And so Jennifer Baker came up and was like, "Hey, we have this program." I'm like,
No.
Like, no, I don't. You like, there's some disconnects here. And then when I went through the training to become a facilitator, I fell in love with it.
Really?
It's just what we've needed in our community. We're talking about just the evidence-based practices, evidence-based statistics of what's going on in our kids' lives and what bringing fathers back into the atmosphere of our kids is just I would say easy fix, as in easy to get those fathers.
Sure.
Not an easy fix as we're talking about, the relational dynamics and all that, but just the curriculum and the support is just, it was missing. So that's how we got here in 2023. We ended up starting our chapter here in Columbia in February, and we've been going ever since.
Wow. And so what does the program consist of for, a man out there who hears about this and says, well, tell me what it is. What am I going to have to do in order to be involved with this organization?
Yeah. So we have reaches on different ends. We're good dads, so we want all the good dads.
Yeah.
If you're a good dad, we want you to be
Okay.
working with us. And so there's an entry point there to facilitating, volunteering on various levels. So we have once they call it First Fridays for Good Dads. And that's just a fatherhood support group. And that support group only works when you have fathers who have been there, done that.
Yeah.
Who are walking or who are in it, right?
Yes,
and
who are in it.
able to just be support to a father, be like, look, is this normal? And they're like, yes, this is normal. I went through this morning, and guess what? I got teenagers. Just wait. You got 7-year-old. Just to have that camaraderie. And so that's the entry point for any dad who says, hey, I want to be involved. And we're talking about father mental health. We're talking about what it's like to be a dad in the house, and how to work with mom or the co-parent.
Yes.
We need dads who are around that way. But we also have what we call critically reached dads who are coming back out of incarceration. Dads who are in recovery for substance use disorder and are wanting to get back into the lives of their children.
Yeah.
And so what we offer, even in our curriculum, is helping them step in those ways to not interrupt what has been going on in their absence and to come back in a correct pace, to not disrupt what the family has been going on since they're in their absence, but also to help them get introduced back into as well, to be a voice of support for that dad, to say, hey, mom, we're working with them, so we got training wheels here, so we can arrange visits and things like that. So that's our at-risk critically reached dads. But then we have dads who are just like, hey, I feel like I'm out here by myself, and we have program and curriculum for them to say, hey, you're not. There's other fathers here. And oh, by the way, can you help our at-risk dads too?
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's an ebb and flow there. So there's many entry points to fathers and mothers.
Yeah.
We have women who are facilitators. Like we want mom's voice, who are working with good dads, because there's a vantage point we don't have.
Yeah, that's very true. That's very true. And what a great resource. What a great resource. I will say that we have conversations in my house a lot about, and I know this is not all, so I'm not making a blanket statement, but how it appears that moms naturally almost create that support, with their friends and girlfriends or sisters. And they talk about the kids and what it's like to mother and parent. And my husband and I talk about this. He's like, guys, when we get together, we talk about sports and the weather. You know what I mean? And like, we don't always go deeper.
Yeah.
But when you are a parent in a house, you have some thoughts, you have some challenges, you have some issues. And so it is nice, no matter which role you play, that you have some support in that. And sometimes just knowing that you're not alone is helpful. right? That somebody
Yes.
else has done this or gone through or made it through. Because
And
sometimes in teenage years, you don't know if you're gonna make it.
and I'm not there yet.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna need all the. So I already see. I can see the foretaste.
Yes.
I'm gonna need all the support I can get.
You're reading those
because
tea leaves now. You like,
I am, and look, I got a boy and a girl,
Yeah.
and I'm yes, I'm gonna need all the support I get, and it's true. I mean, guys tend to get around. We'll talk about sports. We'll talk about weather. We'll talk, and I think it's also the nature of just trying to protect.
Sure.
And so we just won't, talk about
Yeah.
our families in this space. We say it's a safe space for male tiers. It's a safe space for male families, so we can talk, or we can get it in. Talk about our
Yeah.
fatherhood journey.
Yes.
My goodness, some of our facilitators, when we get involved and we talk, and they didn't have that support.
Right.
And you talk about the tears. I mean, they're there. They're like, man, I didn't have that father
Yes.
figure, and so I want to be that. And
Yes.
we have ones who are first generation saying, hey, I'm here, and I want to be here for others. And so it's a phenomenal thing. I could not believe it was created by Jennifer Baker, a white woman in Springfield, Missouri, and we're parlaying it.
I love
for
that.
our community.
I am really happy. First of all, I'm happy that you are involved, and that you have kind of taken that kind of lead role to say, yeah, we need this here. And because of your prior work in this community, people trust you.
Yes.
People trust you, and you have to have that kind of trust, that level of trust, to get involved with something like this with
Yeah.
somebody, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Because you get the whole, I don't need somebody else telling me how to be a dad. You know what I mean? But you've built up that trust, and so that's why this will work.
And I'd be remiss not to mention Jane Williams. Jane Williams has been a parader, and Merrifield.
Yes.
She wants those big.
Absolutely.
Right? And so they have enough on their plate to be able to say, hey, I want to be involved.
It's amazing. And so that's right. So the other organizations will also benefit, right? Organizations like Love Columbia, like Big
Yes.
Brothers, Big Sisters, they will, it's a great partnership. I can definitely see it. I'm going to send my husband over to talk to you.
Tell DeMarco we'll take him
Listen,
anytime.
because he's just surrounded by women at the house. So he was,
Come on. We got testosterone for him.
right? He would love
Come
nothing
on.
more. He would love nothing more. DeMarcus, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, AC. It's a pleasure.